Oh, I can't even spell Joe. What the hell's going on? Post. D. Yeah, just updating the stuff on the Model Asylum page. Just give me a second, guys. All right. And hopefully, all right. So before I continue, just comment and let me know, because I'm actually running, my iPhone is actually filming this stream, and then I've got my Samsung, which is casting onto another monitor. As you can see there, there's my phone. It's my studio phone, just photos, whatever. It's just my old phone that I sort of keep now as a backup. But just let me know if the stream's nice and clear. I mean, I'm looking at the computer monitor now. Well, it's just a monitor with a Chromecast hooked up to the back of it, so it allows, so that way I don't need to have, big bulky computer or laptop sitting on my desk. I mean, my video editing machine is actually outside on the other side of this wall. So yeah, that's my gaming machine. It's my video editing machine. I don't want that stuff in here because I don't want paint fumes. Cowboy, hey, Texas, cool. It's awesome. So yeah, is that you, Chris? Yeah, so yeah, I don't want paint fumes. I don't want none of that stuff getting in the computer because it's basically forked out $3.5 grand for this machine since my old machine died. So if you follow me for a long time, my last machine was it had two 980 Ti Strix cards in it, and it unfortunately died. It passed away Christmas time. Oh yes, duh. There you go, buddy. So yeah, so then I was without a computer for probably 6 months, and then eventually I went out and got a new computer just before I moved into this house. So I've been in this house for about, hey Dustin, just been inside, well, been in this house now for, I would say, 4 months maybe. So yeah, so I got a new PC. It's running a Intel i9 10900 in it processor, and it's good, and it's got what have I got now? It's a RTX 3060 graphics card. So yeah, ray tracing. I wanted, playing Battlefield, and I wanted all that to be like Mickey Schmeck, and I can't afford a 3080. I mean, you're looking at $2.5 grand over here for a stupid graphics card. So yeah, no, not happening. So I'm just gonna maximize that. It's gonna be a slight delay in the thing, but now I've got the comments. It's a separate feed, so there's probably a slight delay. As you can see, it's probably like a 5 or 6 second delay between this phone and the second stream that's going on under this phone here. So it's casting on there once again, so I don't have to keep looking down. But I'm just turn this down so I don't feedback. Okay, so what's been happening? I've just been on chatting with Joe Hudson, and he was on the Plastic Anonymous, Plastic Addiction Anonymous. That's his channel. So yeah, had the pleasure just being a guest on there with him. And while the guys were doing a buddy build, I think they were building a fire engine by AMT. Okay, so I'm not really a car guy, so yeah, it was an AMT. It looked pretty cool actually. So I'm gonna give them that. And the stream looks pretty crap at the moment. Hang on a sec, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to try and drop this feed because it's chewing up heaps. Lower picture quality. I'm going to dump it down to 144p, so I'm not ripping up the data and stuff, or just so it takes less strain off the Wi-Fi network here at the studio. But so this is what I'm working on. It's the that's what I'm working on. So I'm working on the Tack-On Blitz Stug 3 Off G. Not a bad kit. It's had its ups and downs. It's my first Tack-On kit that I've built. And yeah, I've had some fit issues. It's nothing major. Like sometimes I found some of the holes have been a bit small and I've had to redraw them out. So luckily, you know, for Father's Day, was it Father's Day? Yeah, Father's Day this year, Heather was nice enough to upgrade my Dremel. Once again, my other one died. Everything seemed to die Christmas time last year. I had a big full power Dremel that sort of kicked the bucket and yeah, died. So we threw that out. So she got me this one here. It's a Stylo Plus. That's the one she got. And apparently she said she'd done a research, and because she won one for herself. And if you're looking at a Dremel that's suitable for modeling, especially for the for like just polishing, grinding the styrene that we use in this hobby, I mean, I definitely recommend this, because just, you know, like that's 3 and down to 1, like you can hear how slow it is, and like I can put on my finger and that's a engrave and it's not doing any sort of damage on my skin. It's nice and slow. So if you are looking for a Dremel, and it's recorded too, so you don't have to worry about power running, like batteries running out or anything like that. It does a really, really good job. So that's always by my side now. And before I go on with this model, I'm actually going to build some today. But there's a heap of stuff that we've got here in the studio now. So let's have a look. I'm just going to grab this camera, going to go for a walk around the studio, and just going to show you what's here. Okay, so as you've seen in the past, I'm just going to move this chair out of the way. As you've seen in the past, the light in here has been pretty poor. So previously, if I turn the roof, like that's the ceiling light, that's the desk lamp I've had forever, and it's my mag lamp as well, so it comes in handy. But that's the light you'd normally get. It's just really, really dark. Like if I stand back, I mean, the light's pretty poor, especially for videoing. But Heather's actually picked this up. It's my new studio light, and it goes either daylight and white LED, but it's also a powered light. So you plug it in and it's portable. But once you pull this out, it actually runs off the battery, and you can really crank this lamp up. I mean, it gets that bright where you can't actually look into it. If I show you, like, this is the plug. What is it? If you guys are interested, it's a Ignite. I got the box somewhere. Where do we do the box? Here it is. Here's the box. All right, so because I kept the box, because if I ever got to move the studio again, I've got something that can protect the box or protect the light. So that's the number there. It's IIL7100, and it's a rechargeable twin LED twin head work light. Okay, it comes with a 2-year warranty. Goes up to about 6 foot, fully extended. That's not even fully extended yet. And yeah, so there are all the things. I mean, it's a brilliant light. So I mean, a lot of the times, if I'm going to a build day or something with friends, and most people, like, you know, you're not going to go carting massive lights or anything. And this comes in handy for when, you know, the light is poor. So you just sort of, bring this along. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to unclip this, because everything works properly when you unclip it. Okay, so that's the cord. Wraps up down there and obviously goes into the power pack. That's underneath the desk. But if I turn this off just quickly, I can show you the settings. That's your daylight, daylight or white light switch. So you hit that and it goes from like, you know, your daylight. And there's your on and off button. But also that is your power settings. So you got 4 settings. So we turn that on and you hit it again. So that's on 3. And that's like 3. That's your level. Sorry. That's your power level in the battery still. So that's 3 out of 4. But oh no, you can't. I think that's on the lowest. And that's on medium. So it's 1, 2, 3. So you get 3 settings, okay? So yeah, you can see how the light changes and it's just nuts. Like you can't, like on the highest setting, you can't actually look into it. So turn this off. Oh, geez, that's bright. Wow, I can't see. Hang on a sec. Because I'm wearing glasses too. So to fold this up, you just like so, and that just shuts up like that. And then all these go down to drops. All the legs fold up. So basically you're carrying, and these legs fold up inwards. Okay, so by the end of it, you've got, that's the bottom. The top of the light will be about here somewhere. So it's not a very, bulky system to carry around. So lift this back up. But I'm pretty sure she said this wasn't cheap, so, but it's worth looking into. That's the brand. So if you are interested, that's the website, ignitelighting.com. Okay, so they might have a different, I've never heard of this company before, guys. So yeah, definitely worth checking out if you're looking at upgrading your lights. Yeah, because I don't really have, well, as you can see on my bench, so you can see it charging now. So you can just see it charging now. It's plugged back in the wall. But you've only got that one on and off set option. And I think it's about, out of the 3 settings, I think it's on about 2. So it's still fairly bright. But I'll turn it back on some daylight. But yeah, as you can see on my bench, I don't have room to be able to put like a big overhang light. Like I do, but I don't. But being a glass table, I don't really want to go bolting stuff onto it just in case it's, you know, like I knock it and it just breaks. So yeah, that's something I don't really want to do. So yeah, dust. Yeah, it's. Does your hobby room have carpet? Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, doesn't have carpet monster grade. And let me throw this box away. Sorry about the camera move around frantically, but yeah. Yeah, it does have carpet, and also, oh, look at this. Got a stick vac in here now too, so I can always try and keep this carpet clean, especially with all the dust from sanding and all that. So all that. Oh yeah, that's a garden gnome that Heather bought me. Gonna airbrush that little sucker. But these, what else is there I need to show you? Oh, that's the new Cricut Joy that I got probably, I think it's 2 weeks ago. Okay, so it was on sale at our craft store. I mean, Heather's got the, dude, that was funny. What was that? Yeah, does it have carpet? We still talk about that, Dustin. Still talk about that. Oh, and Joe Hudson says, thanks, Clem. It was great to have you with us. Absolutely, Joe. So anytime, mate. Always a pleasure to be. It was actually an honor to be on your live stream as a guest. So thank you very much. But you can see here, that's probably after lots of brainstorming with Heather a couple of weeks ago. That's the logo that we've come up with for the Outback Mini Models design. So what we're going to do now, and that's another thing we're going to talk about. Hang on, I'll just see if I can switch this camera around. Probably won't be able to. Maybe I can. Oh, yes, you can see me. So we're going to, we're going to get another printer. Like we bought an Epson Eco Tank printer for Heather's craft room. Like she's into crafting as well, modeling. So we've got a lot of. This is not just this room where all the stuff is. We've got Cricut Maker, which is the big brother to the Cricut Joy, and then that's going to allow us to just do it. It's opened up the hobby like dramatically. Like there's so much stuff we can do now. If I can go back to the other camera angle, I'm just going to keep an eye on this battery too, 65. We've got, okay, so she's picked up these are Sizzix. It's Stencil Film. Okay, it's actually quite, let me drop this. Actually, if I can flip this around. Okay, there you go. I've got a rough idea then what we're looking at. So I think what's it say here? I don't know the cost of this at all. She just come home with this and says, you know, this, because I was talking about making my own stencils for my models, and I'm gonna do a test run. That's why I made that out. Well, Heather actually made that out mini mold sticker on her Cricut machine, and I did a test run the other day. This is just did a test run on that for it's actually a vinyl that I was gonna do for my car, but gonna switch colors. I'm gonna make it a white one, but a friend of mine already wants that. So yeah, it actually worked out pretty good. And anyone who's thinking to themselves that the Cricut is actually hard to use, my God, guys, it is so easy to use. It's basically, there's a program that you get Cricut Design, Design Space, and you can get anything off Google. Takes JPEGs or anything like that, and you just upload the picture. You drop all the background out just by a couple of clicks, and then you just set what quality you want. It's just like a standard inkjet printer. But when I'm talking about printing, when I say printing with the Cricut, it's cutting. And so okay, and so it's okay. So I'm going to take you into Heather's room. Okay, so this is Heather's craft room. You floating around, Heather? Okay, I'm just going to go in your craft room for a sec. All right, so you walk across the hall into Heather's craft room, and I'm going to turn this light on. So you see she's pretty much got the same setup as I have, computer monitor speakers with a Chromecast hooked up to it, but this is her craft room, okay? So her little woman cave, seeing all the pop figures and everything there. But this is the big one, okay? This is the Cricut Maker. So it's, open her up. Oh, I've got to be careful of her projects here, but I'm just going to be gentle. So you can see it's got the cutting blade. It's a vinyl cutter. It cuts like vinyl, cardboard, cardstock. You get certain heads. You can plastic card. Yeah, see Heather's in the background yelling it out. Yeah. Okay, so it engraves metal and glass, balsa wood, say plastic card, and this little fitting, this little bit here, you put like the pens, like the craft pens that go in there, and then so yeah, you can make cards. It just draws anything out. It cuts whatever you want. So I mean, she's put felt even in the Cricut, and she's cut like all these things out with the Cricut machine. Like that's not hand cut. That's actually using the Cricut. Yeah, you do all sorts of things. There's actually stuff you can make your own t-shirts with the vinyl that you put in there. You iron it, make t-shirts. But that's the other thing where I'm getting to. So that's the Epson. That's a Cricut tool too. You just put your paper in there, cut it. There's your Cricut mats. They're all your sticky mats that you can put in there. Like that's to hold your vinyl in or cardboard, whatever, for your projects. So we bought a Epson 2710 Eco Tank printer. So it's no more cartridges. We're just loading it up with ink, and you can just print whatever the heck you want. Okay, so we've got that. we're going to get another one. So if anyone is interested, once it's up and running, we're getting another one, and we're going to put sublimation ink in it so we can do our own t-shirts and blah blah blah. So there's no, yeah, it's going to be awesome, guys. So if once that's up and running, I'm actually going to start doing Outback mini model t-shirts. It's gonna, I'm going to give you guys the options. If you know, if you have a YouTube channel that you want your YouTube channel logos on there, we can do whatever we want, guys. If you want your name on the front, we can do that. So if you want to run around with an Outback Mini Moles t-shirt, or just a custom shirt that you want designed, yeah, like your model clubs, we're going to open up, just start doing t-shirts here as well. So yeah, but getting back to the stencil paper, this is what the Cricut's for, okay? Stencil paper. It's like, it feels like thick tracing paper, but I think it's more of a plastic. Okay, so that can go in the Cricut, and these are, Heather's boards are 12 by 12 inch. Okay, so the ones for the Cricut Joy, and I've got to use inches because I think most of the viewers here are American. If there's anyone else from the UK or Australia or anything, just comment down below, because I don't actually know who's actually watching. All I know, there's 5 watching, but mostly it's guys from the US. So, okay, hang on a sec. I'm just going to shut this door so the dog doesn't come running in. Alright, so we have a 4.5 inch mat. Okay, so, and then I got this last as an extra. This doesn't come with the Cricut. Alright, this is the box that it comes in. So obviously that is not going to fit in the box. So this was an extra purchase on top of it. And you can see how it, oh, dude. Yes. It's the vinyl, and Chris, the vinyl is really, really thin too. And it's permanent. Like, when I say permanent, it sticks like shit to a blanket. It's really, really good. So this one here, you can't actually hardwire up to your computer. It's all Bluetooth. So what, as you see, the mat's going there, and I'll get back to more about the mats in a minute. But while Chris is talking about what he wants to do, you can, with your grenades, like the vinyl is really, really thin. It's easy to use. What's this? I don't need to pull up clear coated paint though. No, you can. What's it? I'm gonna need to get one of these so I can do the stencil lettering on the frag grenades. Okay, Chris. Okay, when you buy stickers, you go to the sticker shop and you buy your vinyls. You've normally got your backing paper, your vinyl itself, and then you've got what they call transfer paper. So, you pull the clear plastic off and you rub it on whatever you're going to put on, then you pull the clear tape off, and then the vinyl's on there, okay? This is a roll of it. Okay, it's not the Cricut brand, it's the Sizzix brand. The idea of this, because it's low tack, or they call it a standard adhesive. There's a high strong adhesive, and this is the standard one. I'm going to cut stencils out with this too for the complex surfaces. So if I'm thinking about doing a test run with skulls. Chris has just sent me a photo that you can put onto your projects. I'm thinking about using these as stencils as well. Like, run that through the machine. Like, you do your design on the designer, Cricut designer. You cut out your template, and yes, I just saw that. That's awesome. And you can airbrush. It's going to be used. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's going to be like with the SMS lacquer acrylics, but I'm going to try with the Tamiya paints, of course. I'm going to do a test run with heaps of stuff. Once I get a few samples cut out. I'm going to do like I want to do a video on, because there aren't a hell of a lot of videos on modelers doing stencil videos with the Cricut. There are a heap of videos where like the crafters themselves, where the ladies are like making cards and things like that. But there's only a very, very select few videos that actually do stencils for modeling. So I think that's going to open up another avenue for us, and it's not very expensive. It's probably one of the better stencil machines out there that I've looked at. But yeah, so stencil paper. There's the clear, which I can do wrap things around and spray it. What else is there, guys? There's I had to buy a heap of tools like that come with the Cricut, like scissors and like scrapers and things like that for the vinyls. That's done. Hang on a sec. Beep time. So yeah, and these are the new kits that we've picked up. Okay, so you guys have probably realised too that these guys here, Scarlord Hobbies, I've always got to give them a big shout out, because without these guys, without the support of this store, I mean, this stash wouldn't be what it is today. And the tools and everything that I buy, there's just the support from this store has been incredible. So like all these kits up here, like the Batwing, if there's any of these kits that you want to see an unboxing of, hey, there is Plastic Addictions and all. That's Joe Hudson. So yeah, so Joe, welcome to my feed. Yeah, so these are the kits. I think that's new. Like I walked into the store the other day, I bought that and those two Batmobiles. So that's there. And I'm just gonna move this light. And once I do that, and once I finish this stream, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go on Facebook. I'll do like actually, Chris, while you're watching, like you're probably the most experienced one. Like, what's the best app to use so we can all get together and just hang out and build? Because it's been a very long time since I've caught up with any of you guys here. So there's the Batmobile by Mobius. That's the Tumblr. Here's the Batmobile from I think it's the Superman Batman movie. That one, that's cool. I had to get it when I saw it. Like I walked in the store and just kept walking and kept picking up this box, and eventually just went and bought all three. Here are the new Dragon Bushmaster kits that we've got that come out just recently, and I know Scotty Taylor from SMS. They just had a big group build, but he had sold out by the time I got mine from Scarlord Hobbies. So yeah, I think we're going to do something with these. Probably like a thank you build for the Aussie troops and stuff that are serving. This is a new kit that Heather's got. It's Hero. Was it Hero Hobbies? So there's a price there, $18.95. But yeah, it's not what we paid because of the support that the hobby shop gives us. I mean, we get crazy prices taken off these. What else is new? There's that 116 Hobby Boss Tiger 1. That's also new, and I've got to try and get down from here without breaking my leg. Hang on a sec. Just got to be careful. What else is new? We have... Yes. What else is new? There's that. I don't think like a lot of these kits are actually being videoed, but I might have to actually reshoot some of these because some of the videos were pretty bad because I didn't have that light. So there's a Takom M46 pattern. The with a 4.25-ton utility truck. Maybe they can't say Jeep. I don't know. That's just with the licensing and stuff. We've got also the new AFE Club M113, the Vietnam version. So there's that. Oh, that. If you haven't built that, Joe, build it. That kit there is so much fun to build. I've actually built it. It's in. Okay, I'll show you. I don't think Joe has seen my thing, so I'll take you a walk through the house. Sorry, the house is a bit messy at the moment, guys, but I don't know. It's what we're gonna do is I'm gonna flick these things around. These are my builds, Joe. You're probably asking me on your stream this morning. The D9 is right there. That's my D9. See, I do build car. That's the which one's that one? I think that's the Revell F-150 Lightning. I've built that. That was I mean, you've been around for a while, Joe, and most of you guys have been watching. This is for the Chevy Cheeseburger box stock community build that happened. Hey, how you going? Great to see you, Molly, again. Your place is awesome. Stash. Yeah, we got this for free. Went to a bric-a-brac store that when we used to live in Seaforth, and someone had this on the trailer as well as that one, and they were throwing it away.
But the owner of the shop knew that you
Yeah, and then the owner, lovely old lady, knew that I built models, or we built models, I should say. And they basically said, no, well, this guy will have it. And lucky I was in store, and they said, yeah, and the guy was kind enough it was only down the street, and they drove down to our house and dropped it off. So, but unfortunately, sadly, this got little bit broken in my last move. So the charge bay doors got broken, and I think the skids come off. They're all in the bench, so I've got to put them back on. So this build here was from the States. Gee, I can't. Dave, what's his name? Dave. He's a YouTuber. Can't think of the name. Sorry. What's his name? He's a huge car guy, and he built that, and it's actually one of his videos, and he sent that over. But yeah, that's probably one of the I don't know. What do you think, Joe? Does that pass for a car model? I mean, like, that's all weathered underneath. I mean, that's being an armor modeler, I had to do it. There's the engine bay, and then that's the front. That's the forward. I had to put washers and stuff in there. So I mean, they're the mirrors that broke off. So I've got to glue them back on. Just this vehicle's been in 2 moves since I've built it. And then there's all my sci-fi stuff down the bottom. That's still work in progress. And some of these I'm thinking about, like, I'm really going to go through some of these models and some that I can toss because I need to make space. And if I think I can build it better, I will. This was for the international scale modeler. They had an Easter egg build, and that's what that build is. And that's just a kit bash that I ended up doing. I just had this kit that I wasn't gonna build as it was, and then I ended up going to the hobby shop, picked up a 172 scale F15, and just scratch built it. So it turned it into Starscream from Transformers. It's not exact. It's just a close, Oh, there's Rommel. Look, there's little General Rommel. Here you go, mate. You say hello to everyone. Look, whoa, big boy. Oh, watch your head, mate. Yeah, so they're my builds. I don't have any of my IPMS models, IPMS medals in there. So that's the D9, Joe. If you are thinking about doing it, do it. And there's my editing machine. So that's the new computer that we got for video editing. and gaming and stuff like that. So back in the hobby room. But it's a bit of an update video. Like I'm just... Oh, and Joe, if you're still watching... Oh, yes, great collection. You are still watching. Here are my car... Like, here's my car models. We've got, like, 3 Ecto ones. Ecto ones. We've got the Scooby-Doo Mystery van. I mean, this kit down here was given to me by one of my best friend's sons. He had this car, but then got excited. He knew I built models. I mean, they're that close of friends that he actually calls... his son calls me Uncle Clem. So, that... Yeah, he said I could have it, do whatever I want with it. Really enjoyed watching Sebastian Vettel when he was racing Red Bull, so I had to get that car. And then these kits, these 2 kits here were from that bric-a-brac stall I was telling you about. They had them on the shelf. They were $1 a piece. The parts are... Like, I don't think they're 100% complete. I think someone had tried... let me set my tripod up so I can just... There you go. Yeah, so you can see they had a dollar price tag, but you know, there's still masks, there's still decals. I'd have to go through the kit and see if it's still buildable. I mean, if I have to, I'll strip everything back, but you know, most of it's still there. The screws are there, so but if not, it's gonna be a good thing for parts. I mean, I think the decals are still, like, they haven't even been opened. Like, the bags, they're still sealed. So there, and then I've got this Tamiya GT1. I mean, like, that's pretty much all apart. Like, it has been started. So yeah, it's... I mean, I could... Yeah, I mean, so... What do you think, Joe? Is it worth keeping just for bits? Do like a... I don't know, kit bash, use it for spare parts. I mean, what would you do with it? It's, okay, just gonna try all these. So, and then I've got all the aircraft here. Like, people, whenever I post this stash, and like some of the, especially there's a group called Model Stash, something. I can't remember what it's called. But it's where everyone posts all their stash, and you know, you get something new. Build parts, smash up. Build. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I'll probably just, yeah, there you go, Joe. You've just answered that for me. But they always ask, you know, where's your aircraft? Because, you know, so many people build planes, but I starting to enjoy it, like buying aircraft. But you see, most of that's armor, okay? Like, people who do know me, I'm predominantly a military modeler. And as I said in Joe's video that just happened, you know, why I build military, it's, like I said, it's... I watched G.I. Joe as a young fella, like the 80s G.I. Joe, the Marvel G.I. Joe, and had all the G.I. Joe action figures, and yeah, just really enjoyed all the tanks and all the tracked vehicles that they had. And then, yeah, more now as I'm getting older, like, you just see what the men and women do in the armed forces. It's a huge thank you, you know. It's like, while you're building, you're just thinking about them and just how special everything, all the things they do for our country and, you know, for our allied countries. So yeah, Chris, buddy, you're one of them. Just big shout out to you, mate. It's, without you guys, you know, we wouldn't be living as comfortably as we are today. So thank you very, very much. That comes from the heart too. So now we've got some of the Star Wars, sci-fi, Macross. Never really got into Gundam. I tried watching as a kid. I had a lot of, like, when I was growing up, a lot of the kids that I was growing up with, like, from Hong Kong and, like, from my mum's friends. They weren't actually born here in Australia like I was. They come from Hong Kong, so they're into Gundam and stuff. But, and I get I get always like just hammered on social media when I call this Robotech, okay? And everyone says, "Oh, it's Macross, it's Macross." I grew up watching Robotech. Every kid in America grew up watching Robotech, except for Heather. I think she grew up in Hawaii, so she knew it as Macross. But yeah, that's my stash. And if we go up here, I think there's all my like IPMS medals and stuff. And there's some more kits that I don't really show because it's just no room. There's the ships. And then we go open this up. There's, I don't know if you can really see it. There's just all bits, spare dropper bottles, big box of decals. I mean, I tried doing this video as I was going to edit the video, but it was just way too long. And I thought if I'm going to do another video again, I'm just do this as live stream. So there's just like stickers and then just big, all my spares in here. What else is there? Yeah, spare parts. There's all my old Warhammer stuff that just sits there. I think that's full of that's full of resin figures, 1/35th scale figure sets and things like that. Reference books. And then more reference books. I think that's all aircraft and uniforms, armoured vehicles, and then all my modelling magazines from Tamir model magazines, military modeler, fine scale modeler, military model craft, things goes on and on. And if you want a tip, everyone today takes drugs from the drugstore. Keep your tablet little things and throw them in a bag. They make brilliant paint trays. We had friends collect these for us. These are still, I've only think one or two in here's got paint in it. But like, you just throw a bit of paint, fill them up. Once they get full, you throw it out, and then you get another one. And I've actually had to tell them that we've got enough because they just kept giving them to us. And I said, no, we're running out of room. So that's that. These are just little tips that, because now that Rommel's all grown up, but while he was a puppy, he was pissing on the floor everywhere. So we had to buy puppy pads from Kmart. These were like $20, 20 Australian dollars for 100. So, and I should maybe still have one floating around somewhere there. So you fold these out, get some masking tape or whatever, and they fold out to, where is it? They fold out pretty large, like that big, on your bench, and you can spray your models with it. Keeps your bench clean, and so keeps your bench clean. When you're done with it, just pull it back up, and you have a clean bench. So there's another tip. If you're airbrushing, you don't have a fan extractor fan on your setup. I need to get one because Heather's always saying that I shouldn't be breathing it in, but if I open that window up, like I'll show you something, you probably go, holy shit. Our neighbours, ready for it? Dun, dun, dun. They're just there. So most times I'm watching YouTube videos which involves German tanks, and or even just a documentary on, like the US Marines or something, and I don't really think they enjoy just hearing gunfire coming out of that window. So it's a bit of a weird situation. But that's that. So there's my paints. And that's why I asked you about your paints, Joe, because I was curious about what people use. What's this? I save med bottles. Oh yeah, good idea. Robotech, yep. G.I. Joe, his tank, and the Dreadnoks are from Australia. They are too. Me, cars, trucks, semis, I build just about anything plastic. Yep. So there's my paints. It's I haven't really gone through them. It hasn't really changed probably since the first, maybe a video I'd done about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but I just keep rearranging my paint. So if you imagine me sitting down here, all right, I'm sitting down and I need paint. It used to be all over the shop. So basically, as I turn around now, I've laid out everything within arm's reach, what I use the most. Yeah, so everything is at arm's reach. So, but Tamiya paint, and I couldn't throw away like my Humbrol and Revell enamel paints because I mean you can still buy them. I mean I can still go to the toy shop, and they're still available for like a few bucks. But what I've started doing, what I've seen a lot of people do, and it's a very old technique, and I'm not saying I invented this or I'm starting to do that now. I mean, you just thin these down, you make washes and, you know, just all sorts of stuff. So they are there and I still use them. And I've got these. These are all when I was working in the kitchen hospitality before I was truck driving. These were, I think they were like for cocktail spring rolls, like when I was in the kitchen. So I saved all these. And these were the perfect size for like the paint. So I just kept all my paints in, you know, like green shades, earth tones, you know. So if I need, there's greys, metallics, white, you know, that type of stuff, reds, blues. And what's this one? This is like just the weird metallics and, yeah, the colour that I have. Mr. Hobby paint, and then Model Master acrylic paint, and then all the AK enamels there. I started buying life color, and then I just sort of went off using life color. I don't use as much as I used to. And then the hobby shop that I used to go to down in Brisbane, Hobbyrama, they used to carry the Humbrol acrylic range. They're not bad, okay. People, I've been told, they say they don't like them because it's Humbrol, and it's like, well, why don't you like it? Just because it's Humbrol? But have you ever used it? And they normally say no. And it's like, well, unless you've used it, don't knock it, because it's actually a very easy paint to use, especially if you're brush painting and you just want to touch things up. There's my SMS rack. So yeah, you asked me where I get these racks from, or got the racks from. A friend of mine had a hobby shop, and he was closing down and asked if I wanted them free of charge, and I went, yep, no worries. So I drove down there and picked them up and set them up. This was an old Vallejo metal color rack, and then these fit my SMS colors like really, really, really good. There's my spares. So man, I need my own room for modeling. Hope when you move to, what's this? When we move, have one. Less than, we're 2 years, we're out, far out, Florida. Yeah, that's where Heather was born, I think. She was born in Florida. But it's good. This is the first time I've had my own modelling room. I've always had a bit of part of a garage or part of a lounge room or something like that. So yeah, I've never really had a full-time modelling room. So yeah, finally got one. But there's all my Ming paints, oil brushes, oils, like true metals and things like that. This stuff here, Joe, since you build cars, I don't know what you use for clear coats, but this is actually acrylic lacquer automotive gloss paint, but it's actually a clear coat, and it's really, really thick. I mean, super thick. So adding thinners to it, I mean, this is what, 1 liter. I don't know what a liter is in America, but I mean, that's the tin. So it's, I don't know, it's fairly big. But you'd probably add, I don't know, for airbrushing, thinners, you'd probably put 5 to 1 ratio, 4 to 1 ratio, like thinners to paint. So 1 part paint, 4 to 5 parts thinner. So I'm getting like nearly 5 liters of clear coat for what back in the day it was like $20. So yeah, and there's just projects, and then clay washers and tools, and then that's it. So that's the studio. That's, if you want to see anything else, because it's more of an update video. I'm not really going to sit down and build, because not everyone builds armor. I'm sort of like bit all over the shop with this kit. Yeah, 4 to 5 parts per one. Yep. And just, yeah, it's just really, really nice. And I've actually got some mixed up here. Where is it? White Night Clear. Is that it there? Yeah, Body Tech Clear. See, and I've got it thinned out, ready to go in an old Tamir bottle. So it's good to go. Thank you. So, yeah, I just tipped that in the airbrush, ready to go. Yeah, so, yeah, no worries, Joe. If I know it's getting late over there, so if you got to go, you got to go. But, yeah, that's it, I think. But what I might do now is I might end this stream because it's more of an update video to let you guys know what's actually happening in the world of Outback Mini Models. I haven't really given you a tour of this studio since it's been set up. And, oh yeah, I've got to show you. Look, and there's more paint down there. So that's all my Tamiya in the dropper bottles. There's all my AK paints, and then down the very, very bottom, I have the Vallejo. I took my old man Saturday nap. And then in here I've got the Reaper paints and Atelier paints. What else? Oh yeah, went down to Scale Auto Hobbies once again. This is what I mean. This shop has just, they believe in this channel, and also Shane's become a really, really, really good mate of mine, the owner of the store. So told him that I had problems with this air compressor, like it's a old Delta that I've actually Frankenstein to a tank. You see, like it's just, that's my compressor, like it's just, and that's my on and off switch. You can hear that it's starting to go, like it's, the pump itself's getting a bit seedy. And I said, look, how much is a new compressor? And he goes, well, Clem, I've got a present for you. You ready? Runs out to the back of the shop, comes out with this box, and this is the compressor that you see on the floor, okay? So opens it up, and he says the only thing that's wrong with it is the air tank is rooted, so he had to take that out. He ditched it. I think the customer bought it back or something. I don't know the full story of this product. You can see there the price tag that he's got on it was $200. That's retail in the shop. Opens it up and goes, he's tried the compressor. All right. So you can see there's no tank in there. Like the tank's gone. Like there's nothing else in there. There's the instruction book, and that's all there is. Okay. There's no water trap, nothing on there. Okay, so he goes, I'll sell this to you for $10. And I went, done. So I've got a replacement compressor, $10, and all I'm going to do is just strip. And it's easy to do. Like if you want me to do a video on how to do it, I'll be more than happy to do it. Because if your compressor ever fails, normally your tank's good. So don't go throwing your tank away. It's normally this part here. Plugged in, it worked. 1 to 10 hours old craft. Yeah, well that's it. Like it's, if as long as you look after your stuff, it'll keep running. So if you want me to do a video, like whoever watches even later, not just you guys here watching now, for any of the future viewers when it stays up, I'll show you how to pull this apart, switch it out, because it is not hard, guys. It's really, really easy. And you can save yourself a lot of money, especially even if you just look on, I don't know, for you guys in the States, you look on Craigslist or something, you'll probably find a compressor with a busted tank, but the top's good, or whatever, and that's all you need to do. So I'm going to end the stream. And I'm... So who's actually still watching? Chris? I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just looking at the screen to see what the comments are. So Chris, Dustin, who else is on here? Because I've got 4 people watching. And so it'll be Chris, Dustin, Joe. I know Joe probably won't hang around because he's got dinner. But if you want to come back and join us on a Facebook just to chat and get to meet more modelers, we will. So what I'll do is, okay, so Chris, you're still there, just working on ACAV. All right, so we're friends. So what I'm gonna make a room. I'm here, brother. All right, so I'm gonna make a room. You still at the bench, Joe? Like, you still want to keep modeling and stuff? Because Dustin, so use all up for a video just to hang out. Because if you are, I'll end the stream and then I'll make a room. We can all just hang out and use bad language and everything like that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will end this stream and we will catch you on the next video. And if you're new to Hit Outback, don't forget to subscribe, like the channel. If you didn't like it, just like the video. It's all good with me. I mean, I've got thick skin, so yeah. Catch yous all later. Bye bye now.